Now we are started. So we are Bro Stories together, you and me. My name is Halil, and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Andra
Yeah. So we are gonna
from
talk about
Hungary. Yeah.
sorry. We are gonna talk about vampires today. So do you think that vampires are real?
Hell no. Like as a concept, like the Hollywood concept, no. Like there's no species that sucks blood that's like humanoid.
I think
Only
it's
bats.
believable, like we were seeing a lot of movies and stories and like books, a lot of things talks about vampires. If they don't exist, why we're talking about that much?
Yeah, but like I don't know. For me, it's like pop culture. But like I actually found like a story, a legend that's like connected to
Yeah.
this. So
Okay.
there was like a Hungarian noblewoman, which is kind of connected to Dracula, but she
Uh-huh.
was like a Hungarian noblewoman called Elizabeth Bathory,
Yeah.
and she is fucking infamous for basically murdering a lot of or having a lot of young
Mm.
virgin girls murdered,
Yeah.
and she bathed in their blood and also drank it to stay young. So this is
Yeah.
like one legend about the
Uh-huh.
nobility. That's like kind of the I don't know source or origins for vampires. You know
Hmm.
this vampire concept of like high society bloodsuckers.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It sounds
basically
so
the
cool.
same thing.
Wait,
Yeah, and
when you see the
she was like,
movies and yeah, sorry, when you see the
mhm.
movies and like people say that vampires are high rank and they're better than people, like they kind of have cool castles and houses and they're drinking wine and like killing some people, dancing, partying, it's it sounds cool and it sounds amazing to me. I don't know. I was thinking that maybe they are real, but obviously I don't trust it. But some part of me wants to believe it that they exist.
Same thing with Santa Claus.
Yeah. I don't care. Santa Claus is bullshit. I
Yeah,
don't care about giving children's gifts in the Christmas. It's just a bullshit.
but isn't but like this is like conspiration, conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you like think that there's like a whole society of
Hmm.
I don't know of species that like kills people and sucks their blood and is like super high
Hmm.
society
Yeah.
and like very rich and everything. I don't
Hmm.
know. It's just how could we not know about them? Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
true. Because they live in the shadows. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, but like New York City is like the or I don't know which city is like the one that never sleeps.
Las
Las Vegas, I
Vegas.
don't know.
Yeah.
So like nightlife is the norm nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Also, like I was searching on Google that if vampires are real or where they come from, and I
Mhm.
saw that there's something called chupacabra, like you said, the Mexican myth,
Mhm.
and also I saw that name is come from Spanish, and chupa means suck, and cabra means goat, and the goat sucker or something like that.
Mhm.
It says that chupacabra is only kills the animals and suck their blood and suck their life from them, and it can be called vampires as well. But I couldn't find any pictures of something like we have some stupid shit. Let me
Mhm.
show you. I'm gonna share a screen. I was looking on them, not this one, and yeah, in the page like something like this, alien
Mhm.
like, and some things on the back. Like one side goat and one side is chicken, something like that. I don't know. It's like it seems like a bullshit, but I'm not sure.
Like there are animals that actually drink blood, like bats and
Yeah,
um, what do you call them? The
really bad. Do you
um,
think that bats are drinking blood? I think they're eating
not all.
vegetables.
Some, I think only some specific types of bats, like a very small minority of them drink blood,
Hmm.
but not like human blood.
Yeah, but
But most of the bats just they just eat fruit
yeah,
and
they
like
just eat fruit
mosquitoes
and
and stuff.
insist. Yeah, they're kind of cute as well. Did you see them in real life?
Yeah.
They're cute.
Yeah. We have a lot like flying around,
Yeah, bats.
houses because they move into the upper sections of the roof
Hmm.
because they are never bothered there. So
Hmm.
they like city life, I think, and village
Really?
life.
I never see around
They adapt.
here.
What?
I never see them around here. We don't have
Oh
bats.
yeah,
I
and
think I don't know.
yeah. Oh, in here, I think in Hungary, like even at my brother's house, there is a bat family, I believe.
Hmm.
It's like living somewhere in the roof, and they only come out when it's like getting dark, and they
Hmm.
start hunting. But it's I don't know, it's not rare to see bats here.
Yeah, because if you live some places like a village, it's normal to see. But I live a place like on the background, everything is building and nothing else.
Yeah,
No trees,
yeah,
no
yeah. Big
food, no
cities are.
nothing. Yeah, nothing to be exist for animals that they hear.
Also, yeah, they survive on like insects. I
Hmm.
think these type of bats that live here. So in
Hmm.
cities, I don't think there are, like ponds and lakes
Uh-huh.
that breed insects a lot. So it's mostly the countryside, I guess.
Maybe it can be also a cultural thing, we are Turkish, so we tend to kill everything around us, except it's if it's not a cat or
Except for
dog or
cats.
something.
Yeah,
No, instead of
true.
that, like we pet the cat and we love the dogs, and the other things
Hmm.
just that animal, that walking animal. If you see, if someone sees it,
Yeah.
yeah. So get back on the topic. So I also saw that how vampires started. And there's a guy called Vlad, and we call him Kazipli Voivoda, and you call something else, but I don't know how. How do you call it in Hungarian?
Karóba húzó Vlad, like Vlad the Impaler, basically. So
Vlad
it's the
Taylor.
same.
Yeah, it's something
Yeah.
different. It sounds different. So
Mm.
he kills a lot of people, and some writers inspired from him, and they create a novel called Vlad Dracula, the Vampire. So it started then, back then. It's like, when was it? 15th century?
It was.
Yeah,
Yeah, he lived in the 15th century.
yeah, 15th century. It became popular books, and also Germans love to hear what he did
Hmm.
in the back then. It sounds
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. So, do you have
Mhm.
something on Vlad?
Yeah, made some notes. Like, his name is in Romanian, it's pronounced like Vlad Țepeș with the
Mm-hmm,
ц
mm-hmm,
sound. And he was like a nobleman in
mm-hmm,
Wallachia, which is like the southern part of modern Romania.
mm-hmm,
And he was the son of the prince or ruler of uh, that region. And it's like interesting because when he was born and his father became the ruler a bit
mm-hmm,
later, and then there was this beef with the Ottomans. There was the wars, and
mm-hmm,
Wallachia became kind of a vassal state or something like that. So it was
mm-hmm.
basically under the rule of the Ottomans, I think, or something like this. But like the interesting part is that he had um a bigger brother, which was prepared to be the new
Right.
ruler after his father, and
Mm-hmm,
him and his little brother were sent to the sultan's uh, home. What do you call it? The court of the sultan, and he was
right.
raised there in Edirne, I think it was the name.
That you said
It's
the
like a city.
the brother raised in Edirne or Vlad?
No, the brother was raised at home in
Uh-huh.
Wallachia,
Yeah.
and Vlad and his little brother were
Yeah.
sent to the Sultan. So
Hmm.
they were raised to be like puppets for the Sultan when they grew up.
Actually, it's not
And
puppets.
they did that.
When you call them puppets, it sounds bad. Like they raise them to be government people. Like they raise them to be work in the government to rule
Yeah,
some part of the country because the Ottoman was big at
yeah,
that time.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Keep going.
I mean, yeah, of course, but like,
They're not puppets,
from
man. Come on.
the okay, they were raised to be government officials for sure
Yeah,
and
yeah.
rulers,
Officials. Yeah.
but also they received like the cultural side of the
Hmm.
Ottoman Empire. So
Hmm.
they were raised in an environment that made them sympathetic to, or should have made them sympathetic to the Sultan and the Ottomans.
Hmm.
But like in Vlad's case, it was the opposite because he was very uh, in opposition to the Sultan and everything Turkish or
Hmm.
Ottoman. So I think when he was 17 or something, his father and bigger brother were killed,
Hmm.
and they wanted him to become the new ruler of Wallachia.
Hmm.
And even before that, he was not very friendly with the Ottomans, even though he was living there.
Hmm. But
And
I think
he,
I read something that they killed by Hungarians.
yeah, I think so, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's why he doesn't like
I'm not sure.
Hungarians, and they fight it with some war zones. I don't know where.
Mm, I mean, it was like a complicated
Hmm.
relation with the Hungarians because from one side, he was from Wallachia, which was never under Hungarian rule, so it
Hmm.
was its own kingdom, not kingdom, principality, I guess.
Hmm.
But like from one side it was Hungarians from Transylvania, and from the other it was the Ottomans. And at least the Hungarians were Christian, even though they were not the same type of
Yeah.
Christian. So it's very complicated. It's
Hmm.
like history. But like the important part is that he was raised by the Ottomans, not by the
Yeah.
Sultan, although he was raised alongside the Sultan's son, like the Mohammed the second, I believe,
Mehmet.
or Mehmet the
Mehmet.
second.
Yeah.
Mehmet is
Yeah.
your
Fatih
word
Sultan
for it,
Mehmet.
yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
conqueror
so
of the
the
Istanbul.
Mehmet, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. That one.
Also, it's important.
Yeah.
So, like, he was raised alongside him, but when his father and brother died, there was like a usurper who killed them,
Uh-huh.
and some noblemen who allied with the usurper.
Hmm.
So Vlad was sent to conquer basically Wallachia with the
Yeah.
help of the Ottomans.
Hmm.
So he got a lot of Ottoman soldiers, and he
Yeah.
took it back. And the first thing he did was there was a castle in Bran, I believe, and it was
In
in
Romania.
ruins. So it was, yeah, it's in Romania,
Yeah.
in Wallachia, I think. And he instructed a lot of noblemen who participated in the
Hmm.
murder of his father and brother, and he made these noblemen build the castle. So, like, not using peasants or
Wow.
anything, he made the noblemen
Nice.
themselves build the castle, and a lot
Nice.
of them died, because they couldn't
Good punishment.
do the work. Also, like,
Yeah.
it was dangerous because they fell from the towers and stuff. And when it was done, he
Hmm.
simply hanged all of them.
I
So
think
they're
they put it on the pike, no? I didn't see
uh
anything about the hanging.
no, no, they were hanged because
Really?
it was in the beginning. But also
Hmm.
after that, he started like implementing some new what do you
Torture?
call them? New rules. No, not torture. It was basically, yeah, executions. But like the new rules were in order to make security in the country better.
Hmm.
So for every little petty mistake, not mistake, every little petty uh, thief, the punishment was basically impalement, so death. So he made the country
Yeah.
actually very secure, but
Uh-huh.
it was the price was killing every single
Hmm.
person who went against the law. So this
So,
kind of fucked up.
so it become like if you are saying the truth or you're going to die,
Yeah, yeah.
it's Simple as it is.
And he actually witnessed the impalement in the Ottoman Empire. So
Hmm.
he took that idea from the Ottomans.
To
It's
killings.
interesting. Like, no, the impalement,
Hmm.
when he put them on the pike,
Yeah.
that's where he witnessed it,
Hmm.
somewhere in the Ottoman Empire.
It's interesting.
But like, yeah, but also like he made the country very secure by this. So it was very harsh, but also secure.
Hmm. I saw this. Wait, I am
Uh,
gonna open the lights because it looks weird on my back. I think it should be better now. Yeah, I think it's better
yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's not glitching anymore. So I heard that he's more genius. He has like better strategies and everything, and that what made him to be the best commander for the Ottomans, and that's because they gave him some army and some places to rule, and he won some wars in that area, the part that you called. I don't know how you say this because in Turkish it's right something else. Ulaila or
Hmm.
something like that, but some part of Romania and between.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I saw that he killed hundred thousands of people. Like it's a lot, man.
Mm.
Like let me see the area. Like how many kilometers? Like I think there was the area of 5 kilometers of square, and everywhere is like with pikes on the body, heads and everything. And they say that when the Ottomans heard about the incidents, the killing the peoples, killing the Bulgarians and the Turkish people who lived there, and they went to invade, and it was like far away, and they, in the back in the times they were walking and on the
Mm.
horses or something else. They said that they couldn't find even to drink water. It was long, long day. And when they reached the area of the bikes, they shocked. They saw that what the fuck is this? Like it's brutal.
Mm.
In the whole of square is full of dead bodies on a spike, and
Mm. Yeah.
some of them start to puke and everything. It was so cruel to them to see.
Mm.
It was so
Yeah.
brutal,
I
man.
also have that. I think they called it the the forest of Vlad. So like it looked like the
Yeah,
forest. There were
yeah,
so many bodies.
yeah.
I think
It's like
it was in Turgovist or somewhere.
yeah,
But
in Turgovishta, yes, it's true.
it's brutal. Like, and do you know how the impalement was done? Like, how did they
No,
actually impale people?
no,
It's I mean, it's logical, but you wouldn't uh,
explain.
like imagine it by yourself. So there was like the body or the person who they were going to
Yeah,
impale. They tied ropes to his ankles, both of the
yeah.
ankles. So it was like this, but with the legs.
Hmm.
And they tied the ropes to a horse.
And split them open.
No, they put the pike or the
Yeah,
pole into the ground, like
hmm,
where the bottom half of the person is,
yeah.
basically to the anus, and they just started the
Shit.
horse, and it pulled the person up on the
Holy
pike.
shit. Yeah, because you cannot
Yeah,
do like with hammer, like put it on the head and stick it on the ground.
yeah, it's.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
It
very
makes sense.
logical
Yeah,
because the horse, it's
yeah,
like the horse is very powerful, so it can pull
yeah.
it
It
on
makes
the pike.
sense.
But
Yeah,
you would imagine that they were like pulling
yeah,
two
yeah.
guys or something.
And
But
like
no,
someone
it
is
was a
pushing
horse.
from the top, like just
Yeah,
go down
it was
and
just a horse.
watch. Yeah, it's amazing. When you say this, like it make more sense. I was
Mm.
thinking that maybe they're putting someone and like just they're pulling down and something like that. But yeah, yours much more makes sense.
Mhm.
Let me see. Like
So
yes, go on.
there's like a story about him. Like Vlad Tepes is also called Dracula,
Yeah.
which is in modern Romanian. It's like Dracula is the devil. But
Ah,
back in the day,
yeah.
it was uh, so his father was called uh, Dracul, which
Mm-hmm.
meant basically dragon because he was
Mm-hmm.
part of the dragon order of knights.
Mm-hmm.
And then his son inherited basically the same title. So he was Dracula, which is the son of the dragon. And it basically meant dragon, but also because of his infamy, because of his horrible marketing, basically,
Yeah.
he was. It was later turned into the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody started calling him and associating him with the devil. And there's like another story which he did to the Ottomans in Giurgiu. There was like a fortress,
Mm-hmm.
and the Ottomans were occupying it, and it was in Wallachia, so it was on his territory. And you know, he was raised by the Ottomans. He spoke the language perfectly,
Mm-hmm.
most likely, and I don't know, he um, played the role of like a Turkish nobleman, a pasha.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you call it,
Pasha,
something like that.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so the pasha, he impersonated as a pasha basically with his soldiers, and he went into the fortress, and everybody believed him. And I don't know exactly how many soldiers he had, but there were. He wrote a letter to the king of Hungary because there was a
Mm-hmm.
peace treaty in effect, and everybody was a part of it. So he basically broke the peace treaty and then wrote a letter. And in the letter it said like, uh, "King, you should know this. I murdered 21,000 of their soldiers, everybody else, and I couldn't count the people that were burned in their homes and etc. I don't know how other method what other methods he used, but he only counted the ones who were like put on pikes and
Mm-hmm.
executed. So he didn't count the massacre part. And like he was writing the king a letter like, "Hey king, you should know that I broke the peace in the most horrible way possible between you and the Ottomans." So this also made him the devil in the eyes of the Ottomans because you know he massacred more than
Yeah.
20,000 people,
Like,
which
let me
is
see. I
insane.
have the numbers, I think. He killed like almost 24,000 Turkish people,
Hmm.
and with the Bulgarians and Turkish, a total of like 24,000.
Hmm.
And they also put the Ottoman soldiers and some refugees or some people that captured on the war around like 20,000. Also, they put them on a pike. Like it's total,
Hmm.
it's like 44,000 or something, maybe
Yeah,
more. I don't
it's
know.
insane.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just crazy. It's too much. And imagine like 44,000 people and you're putting them on the spike. It's like a lot of work, you know.
Yeah.
It's not just one, 10 or 40.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
thousands of
Exactly.
people. Uh, Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. Also, like this is some of the reasons that culminated in him being called the
Mhm.
devil, and like you know the later history of or the
Uh,
later stories of him being Dracula, the vampire,
Also, one
because it was
story.
some
Yeah, go on.
it was some advanced level, I don't know, devil or evil thing.
Also, I saw that there's something like there's a myth or something, I don't know. When he kills people, he suck their blood onto a barrels. You know, he has a storage and they keep the blood like a wine. You know, like and
Mm,
they say that he drinks that blood from the barrels. You know, time to time, like drinking the wine. That's why they call him vampire as well, because he was
I
drinking
don't know.
the people who killed. He killed the people,
Mm.
and they're after drinking their blood. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know,
I
man.
think it's
Like,
just
yeah, it's just a myth, I think. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm not sure.
most
But
likely.
they also say that human flesh is real tasty or something like that. I always heard this one on the internet. Because, you know,
I
the
don't know. I don't think.
Chinese people eat the fetus, you know, eat the babies when they're
Mm.
in 2 months or something like that. Do you know this?
Jesus Christ. No,
No, no, really didn't.
I don't
So
know. We can.
this is how it goes. Like they pregnant some woman, and or they will find some woman, and there's a child policy in China as well because they are too many,
Mhm.
and there's
Yeah,
nothing to feed them. So they sell their fetuses, or I don't know how you call it, embryos or something
yeah.
like that.
No, it's a
They,
fetus.
yeah, okay, they are selling in the like good restaurants, like the fancy restaurants, and they sell it for expensive price to people to eat, people to
Hmm.
experience this taste, and they say that it's amazing, like it's very tasty, and you should try it one day. I don't know.
Jesus.
It's just the stories. I don't know. I never heard of it or seen of it. I just know
I
that
have
something is
maybe.
happens like this.
Maybe I heard this before, but like it's still shocking because it's
Yeah,
going on right now, right?
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
not something like in the 16th century.
yeah. But it's just related to this. Maybe he was eating some flesh. Maybe he has a fridge
Uh,
like with the human body parts.
I don't know.
Sometimes uses as a
Like
snacks, human limbs.
I don't know. I didn't find anything that's like evidence that he ate human flesh. There's like a a drawing of him eating while people are being put on pikes, but he's just eating regular things, not human flesh. I
Hmm.
don't know. Also, I don't know if you heard about this, but there is, if you eat human flesh,
Yeah,
or specifically the brain, I think, there's like a protein or something that can be absorbed into your body, and it
yeah.
can basically turn you into a zombie because
Oh,
it just mutates in something. It's like a virus, some basically
I.
like a virus. So it among cannibals, it's like very how do you say it, prevalent to die from this disease if
Mm-hmm,
you consume human flesh. There was like a tribe somewhere in Brazil or Africa,
mm-hmm.
and they were cannibals, and there was a disease or like an illness that only targeted them,
Oh,
and they figured out, like scientists, that it was from eating human flesh.
yeah. And also, there's a guy. I don't know what his name is. He like paints. Like he makes some graffitis and something, and he also he. So basically, he paints something, and he made a lot of money and put it on crypto, and he became a millionaire suddenly. And now he travels around Africa or some places and some tribes that we don't know. He spent time with them, and he documents it. So he
Mm.
says that he went somewhere and, like you said, they are eating human flesh, and they're going, or also they're like killing something with bare hands. Like they're finding skull and just breaking the neck and snakes for later, putting on the pocket. Like they're finding bubbles and something like that. They're just saying that they find something, kill it, and just cut it open and just eats it rare. Like that.
Mhm.
Doing it
Yeah.
the same thing is also they are giving him to taste, like just try. You don't know what you're missing.
Mm.
It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. I think cannibalism is exist. They're
Yeah.
just insane.
Oh yeah, I also wanted to talk about like how he was sent to the Ottoman Empire to be uh, how do you say it, like be a part of the culture and everything, so
Yeah.
he can rule and stuff and be
Hmm.
connected to them. Like this kind of happens nowadays as well. Also, like I'm gonna get back here with like Erasmus and stuff, but also in Russia when they were trying to revolutionize there was like the Russian Empire before
Hmm.
the Soviets, and they were trying to make the what do you call it? Um, Let me check. Just a moment. Yeah, so they were trying to make the industry better
Hmm.
and more competent and more up to standard with the world, and they
mhm,
sent a lot of their craftsmen and workers to Europe to learn, to study, and to get all
mhm,
the knowledge, and then go back to Russia. So it was basically an exchange, a student exchange, which
mhm,
is in effect today as well with Erasmus and stuff. And this thing with Vlad was the same thing basically. It was very, closed. It wasn't for the public. It was only for the nobility.
mhm,
But it was the same concept of getting people to come or to go out to some
mhm,
more developed part of the world or
mhm,
more developed countries, and having the benefit of them knowing a lot of stuff that by ourselves we wouldn't really make out. And
mhm.
what do you think about this idea? Like today, how does Erasmus and other student exchange or like whatever exchange programs work? Because we both have experience with this.
Yeah, I think it's a really good and to great opportunity to have, like when you're going out somewhere because you've never been there and you see the culture and the education and this changes your life because you don't know anything else from your country. Like for me,
Mhm.
example for myself, like if I wasn't there last year, I didn't know anything about the Europe, like, because I only see it from the movies and movies doesn't tell the truth. when when I go there, like it was amazing experience because you get to know new people and how they live and how they treat people and how they gain knowledge as well. In the back to when the Ottomans were there, they really appreciate the knowledge and they get people from outside of the country all the time. Like if you're great at science, they find you and they want you to teach something to Sultan's kids. All,
Mhm.
every pasha, every sultan, I think, spoke like other than four languages to know the enemies and their culture and their industry and everything. And also they experienced with science, like the other things, like astronomy, everything. They were like very cultural people. And nowadays,
Mhm.
nobody knows other than TV, like they don't care. And we were just becoming slaves, I think.
Mhm.
We are coming down to
Yeah,
Matrix. Everything is inside of the
yeah.
Matrix. Yeah, they don't want you to know.
Also, also back in the day, like social class or
Hmm.
the social hierarchy where you
Yeah,
belonged was
yeah,
much more important than your nationality. Because, okay, there was like the Kingdom of Hungary, the
yeah.
Ottoman Empire, the
Hmm.
I don't know what else was there. Like in Spain, there were like three countries,
Hmm.
but it didn't really matter because okay, you spoke a language in the 15th century. It wasn't even like Spanish or Italian. It was just the remnants of Latin. So
Hmm.
people really understood each other at that part of the world. Hungary was different, but we were surrounded by Slavs. Like Serbs could probably understand Slovaks back then, most of the
Hmm.
time. So it wasn't really nationality. It was more like social class and language. And I think it was easy for the ruling class, like nobles and king class people, royals, to just give their children to another family, and they got basically the same upbringing they would have gotten at home.
Hmm.
Because like the sciences, everything was basically the same except for religion. So yeah, Vlad was probably uh, influenced by this because he saw a lot of Islam, saw a lot of Ottoman culture,
Hmm.
and he couldn't get into that. And I think that was one of the reasons for his hatred for the
Hmm.
Ottomans, because they couldn't turn him into um, a follower of Islam. Because his little brother was actually, I don't know how to call it, converted into Islam
Hmm.
uh, sometime in his life, and he became basically Ottoman
Muslim, yeah.
nobleman.
But
So they were,
hmm, yeah, going.
yeah. So my question is like related to this. What do you think about this phenomena? in today's world. Of course, it's not just about religion, but like when you came to Romania from Turkey, from like a majority Islamic country, what was your impression on a Christian
So
Europe?
yeah, okay, I came from a Islamic country, but also I'm not religious as well, so I was open-minded. So what I see is there like, oh, this thing is interesting, like we are living across the cemetery. So in the cemeteries we have the same stones, the same tombstones, for every person, and you have it like museum. Like everything is different. You have like statues or some sculptures and everything, and you have
Mm,
some pictures on the stones, and it was completely different, and it was blew my mind. And I saw a funeral, and they were like playing some songs, and I don't know. I think they were having fun at the funeral. It was like sounds
mm,
crazy to me, because you should be sad on the funeral, and like we were just praying and like saying that God hopefully put him or put her to the heaven, something like that. Basically, the talk was this. And when I saw that they're like playing saxophone and like guitar on the funeral, it was crazy. I don't know.
mm,
Still, I can bear that idea. It was
mhm,
something else. I don't know. But if you live somewhere that you can influence by other people, you get to learn more things. For example, you live in Hungary and you went to Romania to study and basically, like free language for basics, like, and
mm,
you have interest about the other languages. So I think it's easy to learn when you got the influence by others. Because in Turkey, nobody talks even English. They
mhm.
talk only the language and they don't care about other things. And we are religions, and if you're speaking other than Turkish, you're basically not religion, and they see you as a bad man or something like that. I don't know. Or like when you go to African countries, they give you the white man prize. So it's basically the same in Turkey as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
And what's your religion with the Arabs?
Uh,
Because
right now, I think it's bad. I don't know. I don't feel a thing. I don't care at all. But I don't like our governments what to do against our people. Erdogan visit Saudi Arabia, I think this week or yesterday or something else. Do you do you follow the topics on the in Turkey, or like we have a cup in the Turkey league and in football, so they invited us to play in Saudi Arabia. And do you know Atatürk?
what?
Atatürk,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, you know him. So basically, they want to go there with like Atatürk posters and like pictures and everything, the
Oh,
flags, with him to make some choreography. And also, we wanted to play the anthem before the match starts, and they won't let us, And they like for this week, whole country hates Arabs. They cursing them like the whole country
Jesus.
hates Arabs.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck
Uh,
you won't let us to have us like our greater leader and his pictures, and also they won't let us play the anthem and sing it. So basically, this week we all hate Arabs, so the Arabs should be dead.
damn,
Yeah, we became more racist than ever.
damn. That's
Yeah,
interesting. Because
yeah.
and like, what do you feel? Which do you feel Turkey is closer to, like Europe or the Arab world?
I, s- I think it depends, because if you go to the some parts, you can see that like people are like cavemen. They should die. They won't live in the country. They
Mm-hmm.
we shouldn't let them to live in the country. But some part of like they're very open-minded and very nice people, and they're more closer to the Europe, I think. But
Is it
you
like
can you can say that Turkey is mostly European or like Arabian country or something like that. It depends on the where part do you go.
So it's like
What do you got?
depends on the region.
Yeah, it depends on the
Mm-hmm.
region basically, but also it depends
Mm-hmm.
on the people as well. Because I live in a region that they call themselves very religious, but they also go to do escorts every day, you know, like some casinos and like it's just bullshit. You know, they
Yeah.
live in the bullshit.
Mm.
Yeah. What do you think about the
It's
Arabs?
interesting. The Arabs?
Yeah. Do you like them?
I, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have much connection to them, but like they are completely different. Like the way they think, as I see it,
Yeah.
they're very different from Europeans.
Yeah.
Like the way they act, the way they react, and the way they think is different.
hmm
Usually, I don't know. I think it's because of culture, the way they are brought up and stuff.
Mostly because of the religion, I think. Because they live as a
Hmm.
Muslim, so they fancy the Muslim,
Yeah.
the Islam. So like, so it brings up this question. What do you think that how many genders are there?
How many? What genders?
Genders are there, yeah.
Yeah. There are two. Like
Yeah, there should be two.
straight up, there are three because there is like hermaphrodites that have like a genetic mutation and stuff, but that's it. It's like a very
What is
small.
that?
Hermaphrodite is like when they have both the reproductive organs, and
Yeah.
none of them work, as far as I know.
Oh, yeah.
But they are not. I
Okay,
don't know if they are fertile, if
that's
they can
the
have babies, but it's like
exceptional
a
mutation. Okay.
yeah. It's genetic. It
hmm
happens. I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
once in a million people. So, but it's not a separate gender because it's a
hmm
mutation,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not always the same. I
It's
think.
like a disorder. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But like there are two genders.
Yeah, it should be too.
So.
You know, like in the America right now, they're saying that there are like millions of different genders, and you get to choose what gender you are. So
Mm.
that's the part that I agree with Arabs, you know, because they are very strict about the rules, and they know that there is only man and woman, and that's all. That's the only
Mm.
thing that I like about them. Yeah, in the Muslim
Yeah, but
countries, yeah, it's the
it's
same.
kind of the same with like Orthodox Christianity, like the
Yeah,
Christianity that's in Russia and Romania, the
also
Eastern
Russia as
Christianity.
well.
They're
Yeah,
much more strict than the Catholics and
yeah.
the Protestants.
I like the
I mean,
Turkmen.
yeah,
He's a
yeah,
great
but
man. Yeah,
only on paper.
yeah,
It's like whatever the people want, the politicians will do.
uh,
Whatever is popular. So
yeah.
it's just maybe in like theory.
Because
I don't
I
know.
saw that in the Russia there were like some Protestants that talking about the gender fluid and what do you call it, like LGBTQ plus something
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
They were protesting that one and they put them in the jail. So
yeah.
that's this. He's just
Yeah,
banned.
it's
Like you cannot do it here. Like just go.
it's an
Not
easy
in
solution.
not
Yeah.
in my country. Yeah,
Uh,
it was an amazing solution. Yeah, we should do that too.
mm,
Also, we start to there's a community grew up in Turkey as well with the LGBTQ.
mm,
Like if they were in my city, they would kill them immediately. But they're in the cities are bigger and they don't have
mm.
much religious people in there, so they can just
Yeah.
act by themselves. You
Yeah.
know,
Also, cities have
yeah, go on.
always cities have always been like these cradles of or centers of like
Mm,
new ideologies, whether
yeah,
leftist or rightist, it doesn't really
hmm
matter. But like
yeah,
that's where they are protected usually,
hmm
because it's always politics is on a higher level, and
yeah,
ideologies can spread faster. In the
hmm
country, you can get stoned and stuff, but
yeah,
in the city, it would look
yeah.
bad.
In my city, they're like really religious, and you know me as a person, right? You even with me,
Hmm.
we were been together like 6 months or so, and I'm just a normal guy for you. And in here, they are saying that who is this guy? Like, where does he come from? He doesn't look like us because of my dressings and like I have earrings and
Hmm.
stuff. Like I wear this cap. Look, let me show you. Because like I shaved my hair, like I have less hair than before,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to cover it with this, like this.
Mhm.
And when I put them on like this, they say,
Mhm.
"Who are you? Like, are you a street boy or like are you punk or something like that?" It's just this,
Ah,
you know, like,
what? Yeah.
nothing else. Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. Also,
Yeah.
my father was telling me that just take it off. I don't want to go out
Mhm.
with you like this. Yeah, so this is an example that you can imagine how they are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's different.
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask if you can imagine Turkey being like a European country in the future, in like 20 years, maybe.
I don't
Because it's
know.
kind of going that way, right? They want to join the European Union.
Yeah, but I don't think that they will let us. I think they won't let us
Mhm.
because they don't want
Yeah.
Turkey in the European Union.
Mhm.
So for this question, I don't think that we are going better in every day. I think we're going the same. We're gonna stay remain the same. Why?
Mhm.
Because when you see someone, the old guy, being stupid, and he is also raising his kid being to be the stupid as well. So the generation changes, but the people are not. Because
Mhm.
I was working in a village like of 6 months or so. They saw people, I saw a lot of people, and I get a chance to meet them because I was on the market. So I was talking with them. They are mostly married, but they're going to see another woman after the night. You know, like they're going to the mosque. They're saying that they're Muslims and they won't let their wife to go out without them. You know, like it seems that they're really strict with rules. They're religious. They care about the family, but they're not. You know, they're just bad people who cares only lust of the woman and drinks alcohol and stuff. You know, and it's forbidden in our religion. But yeah, so nothing changes, man. It's just the generation changed. The faces are changing, but nothing is changing. Also,
Mhm.
I think like after like 100 years or 50 years or so, the Arabs in our country, like the Afghanistan, like for Syria and like some other countries, they will uh, start a riot, and I think there's gonna be a huge war in the country.
Mhm.
I think something like that. But also, I read something like this. Do you know Sumerians? I think. How do you say that?
Sumerians?
Yeah, the old
Yeah, I know.
ancient
Mhm.
society. Yeah. Also, they had some like Africans who come to work there in land, and they were letting them to work because they get reasonable life and they get better options. Like the people going into Europe to work or like going to America, basically the same. So over the years, like 100 years or so, they started a riot and they conquered the country and they erased the Sumerians from the world.
Mhm.
And also the they wrote it on the stones. You know, I don't know how to call it. They wrote it on the stones that
Mhm.
we don't know and we couldn't see that it will happen for the next generations. That who can see this, just be careful. Don't let it to be happen to your country, and the
Uh,
same thing will happen in Turkey. I think this is my idea. I don't know
mhm.
because they're
Mhm.
giving them
That's
free,
interesting.
yeah, free residency and everything, free citizenship.
Mhm.
They were just coming with
Mm.
their families and giving birth to seven or to six children.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna
I, d- I,
we're gonna lost in the
mm.
history.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So you have a lot of Arab immigrants as well.
but I don't know. We have a lot, bro. Like when you walk on the street, you can see a lot of
Mhm.
Arabic stores. You know, they speak their
Mhm.
language. They put their tables and they put their signs. You know, everything is Arabic. So if you don't know Arabic in
Damn.
15 or 20 years, you probably don't know what you're gonna happen.
Damn. And it's weird because, in my mind, Turkey is like the closest Islamic country to Europe, even though like Bosnia Herzegovina is inside Europe, but they're pretty different
Yeah.
because they're Balkans, so they're
Hmm.
Slavic Balkanic. They're not supposed to be in the Union yet,
Hmm.
maybe in the future. But like Turkey is kind of going that way, especially like Istanbul and the
I don't think
northwestern part
so.
of Turkey.
I don't think
No?
that we are going to become more Islamic country or something else. We're gonna
No,
be, yeah,
I mean like, trying to join the EU and
yeah.
changing culture and stuff like that. So kind of coming to a level where it's more European than Islamic.
I think it can be that way. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be. But imagine, like if we join the European Union, like they were saying that this year we will be joining the European Union. This the first thought that comes to my mind. Everybody leaves the country. Everybody gonna leave the country and right away.
Yeah, yeah,
Nobody will stay in this
yeah,
country.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, already a lot of people are moving to like Germany and
Yeah,
other
yeah,
countries, right?
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Like doctors, scientists, and because
Mm.
most of the things that we don't have, like if you're studying neurobiological something else, like in the scientist,
Mm.
we don't have this
Mhm.
kind of stuff that you can be master on because we don't have the factories, we don't have the labs, and that's why they're going to the Germany or they're going to the US because they can improve themselves. So that's the reason mostly, and they get paid more, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's the reason I think.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't know how long we've been talking now.
let me see. It's almost an hour. We can end it.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so let's end it here. It was a
yeah,
good one.
yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Thank you
Thank you.
for
Thank you to all
watching.
the four people. Thank you for watching. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
for
you to all the
listening.
four people who watched this. Yeah. So
Thanks
have
talking
a
to
good
you.
night.
Yeah, I hope we are gonna see you for the next time, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye, man.
Goodbye.
Yeah, let me end.